So, with how I kind of look at this, and this is still just rumor until it's, confirmed or whatever, Hi-Fi Rush coming to PlayStation 5 and Switch, it's one of those things where I'm looking at it and I don't like it. It isn't that, more people get to play it, whatever. More people could play it if they decided to play it and buy it on Xbox or buy an Xbox or buy it on PC. Buy it on a place where it's already at. And I think that's the thing that bugs me the most about this whole situation is people ask and ask and ask for Xbox games to be at these other places, but you never hear anybody go, oh, hey, Zelda, when's that coming to Xbox? Or, hey, God of War, when's that coming to Xbox? You never hear people badger any of those developers or companies about this stuff in the same way. So a year after it was shadow dropped on Xbox Series X and S, Hi-Fi Rush looks like it's set for release on PlayStation 5 and even Nintendo Switch. A discovery comes from a data mine that discovered 2 new t-shirt textures within the game's files. The first texture is a blue design that reads, "I'm here, baby," with a silhouette holding a guitar in a similar pose to Cloud from Final Fantasy. The second is a red shirt that says "Rock Out Anywhere," seemingly alluding to Switch's portability. Hi-Fi Rush, of course, launched in January 25th, 2023 as a shadow drop from Tango Gameworks. The game received wide praise from both critics and players for its art style, gameplay, soundtrack, and more. Within 2 months of its release, Hi-Fi Rush had reached over 2 million players. It surpassed 3 million players late in 2023. Again, this is from Insider Gaming that I am getting this from, but this has been all over the internet lately. So anyway, for me personally, I think Hi-Fi Rush is great. I think here's the problem, right? You have a game and people go, oh, well, it's already kind of maxed out on Xbox or whatever. Who cares if it goes? Well, listen, and I've said this a million times because Phil Spencer said this, right? This is like Phil Spencer's own words. So I don't understand why there is a kind of discourse over what's happening or what's not, because regardless of whether Microsoft thinks they can keep making, consoles without having exclusives or having people think that there's exclusives coming or whatever, whether or not that is something that's true or not, they think it is, right? They think, okay, well, and they're never going to come out and say, oh, hey, this is for sure exclusive, or this isn't. They're never going to do that, right? They are going to say, oh, well, we promised case by case basis, etc., etc. But this is exactly what Phil Spencer said to the Wall Street Journal. He said, every time we ship a game on PlayStation, Sony captures 30% of the revenue that we do on their platform. And then they use that money among other revenue that they have to do things to try and reduce Xbox's survival on the market. So basically what he's saying here is every game, let's say they put Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush on their platform. And same thing, Call of Duty, all that stuff. Sony gets 30% of every sale of every game on PlayStation. They're going to take that 30%. What are they going to do with it? Ball it up. And then they're going to go out and spend that money to get Final Fantasy games exclusives, Kingdom Hearts games exclusives, Silent Hill games exclusive, Stellar Blade, all that stuff, right? All that stuff that we see them get, that third party exclusivity. They're doing all of that. They're literally going out there and getting all these exclusives and keeping content off of Xbox. So essentially what happens is Xbox is helping Xbox not to get Xbox players content, right? They're essentially helping Sony to keep stuff away from Xbox. This is severely unfortunate. I think that it sucks. I think that, it's not a thing, console wars or anything like that. Listen, I'm 100% okay with Fallout 76, hey, keep that everywhere. Elder Scrolls Online, keep that everywhere. Overwatch, keep that everywhere. Call of Duty, Warzone, Minecraft, keep that stuff everywhere. But when you have, the reason, and especially when I'm talking about Hi-Fi Rush, people might go, oh, well, hardly anybody played it. I played it, I beat it, right? I love that game. I think it's great. The more importantly, it was the first win, like a moral win for Xbox in forever. And the reason why it was a moral win was because, us Xbox fans, we always tend to get sort of the shaft or whatever when it comes to stuff, right? So we don't really get you know, we don't get a lot of games. Like, people make fun of us because we don't get the games. Finally, Microsoft started getting some, you know, some platforms and things like that, some exclusives, and then what happens, right? Like, what, a year later, you're going to give it to PlayStation and Nintendo, and you might go, oh, well, how is that going to hurt Xbox? Well, like, I can't believe people don't realize that this indeed does hurt Xbox, because who in their right mind would buy an Xbox if you literally assume that everybody is going to be able to get this game at some point down the line? It's going to kill your Xbox. You know, it's going to kill the brand. It kills the brand. So, you know, it's really, really interesting to see all these kind of things happening the way that they are. And yet, you know, again, people are kind of are not really talking about you know, the truth of the matter, which is just that this is a crummy thing, and this is something that honestly sucks, because it takes away something that Xbox fans, you know, had. You know, they start to feel like a second-class citizen, so to speak. So, you know, that's sort of how I feel about it. You know, for me personally, I feel like, you know, Microsoft is not really sure what they want to do. You had Phil Spencer. Not only that, but you had, like, I'm a Phil Spencer guy. I like Phil, but clearly it's a lie. You know, like, there's lies going on. Whose lies are they? I don't know. But for me personally, you know, it's a big lie, because Phil Spencer said in an interview that he hates the idea that Xbox fans wonder, you know, if this game or that game is going to go to the Nintendo Switch, that he wants to be better about it, and things like that towards the fans. So how does this help fans when they're worrying if every single game is going to be exclusive or not? You know, I honestly just don't see how that can be a lot. Like, Xbox fans are always living like that. You know, it's always something negative. It's always like, even when you get something that's a win, right? Like, you know, when you get something like Blade announced, right? Oh, we're finally getting our own superhero games, like Sony gets. Oh, let's not put a Xbox logo on it. Like, what the hell would that have hurt to put an Xbox logo on it? You know, it doesn't make any sense to me. You know, it's really a shame that this kind of stuff happens the way that it has. But you know, I see that people are trying to make it seem like it's not a big deal or whatever. But at the end of the day, you are doing no favors to your platform by, you know, by putting your games on these other places, especially when you have, you know, other stuff going on. You know, you have games that are better built for other platforms. And then, to me, Sea of Thieves, if that it were to be true, and there's been even rumors of Halo, but like, Sea of Thieves is your lone breakout hit of the Xbox One generation, and you're just going to give that away because what, more people can play it? Well, if people haven't decided to play that via PC, you know, Steam PC or Windows PC or Xbox One, or, you know, you can pick up an Xbox One for, you know, $110. So if people haven't played that yet, they probably aren't going to. So it doesn't make sense to make your brand look worse by putting that stuff on PlayStation. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Crap Gamer out.